So make sure when I'm talking it's back as far so it gets as much of me, and when I'm working on the board, zoom in on the board. Hi Julia, you started?
Yeah, started.
Hi Julia. I'm so sorry you're not feeling well and you're not here, so we are bummed. So please get better and come back. I hope you feel well enough to watch this video, and then you can come back on the same place that we are. So I just collected the syllabi, and I looked at the syllabi, collected the homework, so you can take care of that when you get in. All right, since there weren't any questions on the homework, we're going to talk about the water activity. The results are in. There are 15 experiments there, and I did more than your class. I grabbed the kids from the physics class, I grabbed some teachers, so it wasn't just you, wise you. You seem to know the right one, or boasted that you did. But of the 15, there were 10 that were correct. So let me review what was happening there. We had 3 cups, 2 of them had bottled water in it, 1 had tap. You were asked to find the tap water one. So I forgot to turn this back. I'm going to turn this down at least so we can have less roar in the video. For that experiment, 10 people out of 15 were able to identify the tap water correctly. 5 were incorrect. So let's talk about that. And as we were talking about inference, how we take data and actually find out something from it. So we're going to do a very vague, I guess I would call it, a general inference problem. We'll get much more specific as we go through the year. So my question for you is, think this through. How many cups were in a row? 3, A, B, and C, right? And just one of them had the tap water, and this was, say, bottled water, and this was bottled water. They weren't always C, but it was like that. So let's say, for instance, there was no difference at all between the tap water and the bottled water. I don't personally believe that, but say there was no way to detect it. And if that was true, out of 15 people, what would we expect? So really, if there's no difference, you're just guessing, a pure guess. So what would we expect out of 15? What would the expected value be if there was no difference? If no difference, expect, how many do you think out of 15 should have appeared? What do you think, Caleb?
5.
5, because? Tell us
You
why.
have a 1/3 chance of getting it right.
Right, it's just a pure guess, and we're 1/3 of the chance of getting it right. So we're expecting 5 out of 15. Ours was 10 out of 15, way above the expected value if it was a pure guess. Could it have been, we got the 5 out of 15 from pure luck, and those additional 5 were just lucky? Is that possible? Say that everyone was guessing, and it was the 5, we got the 5 that were expected, but the other 5 came from pure, really good lucky day. Is that possible?
Possible.
It is. It is. You know, it's possible.
I mean,
it's possible that all 15 would have guessed correctly. So it is possible, but it's probably not probable. And that's what I want to show you for the end of this activity. So what we're going to do is a simulation. We're going to simulate this experiment as if there was no difference between tap water and, oh, look what I found, everyone. Flamingo tape.
Yeah!
Show Julia. And you know why? I was looking, my book is falling apart at the spine, and I did ask, and they said no book socks because they were wrecking some spines.
No book socks at all?
No book socks at all.
I've been using this book sock for...
You can appeal, that's all I can say. Appeal to the powers that be. This is Armstrong. So anyway, I went to the store, I said, well, the book's kind of green, and it's kind of orange and kind of gray, so I want one of those colors that match. This is what was there. I had to buy it. So if any of yours needs tape, I've got it for you. So flamingos is definitely our theme for the year, so any flamingos you got, any decorations, bring them in.
Is this your classroom?
No, but I'll
we
take
decorate it?
a few
Otherwise,
flamingos.
we'd be able to like deck it out all flamingos.
Well, who else does use this room though? What,
Yeah, we
Can
can do-
decorate a wall.
what else is in this room though?
We can do
It
walls.
looks like it's somebody's history class.
Oh, that's right, Miss
Mrs. Kavanaugh?
Miss Kavanaugh has classes in here, I think.
I think there's other ones too, isn't it? No, just her and I? I didn't know.
We
Okay.
can ask her.
That'd be pretty cool if like we both
At
decorated the
least
room. I'm
it's-
sure she'd probably do a cool job of decorating your room. She seems like she'd be cool at that.
All right,
She's
so
cool.
we're gonna simulate, sorry that, I went over to my bucket and I saw that. We're gonna make a simulation of that experiment here with no difference detected. We're gonna do that with a with dice. And each person gets one, so 1, 2, if it falls out. Oh, sorry, I tried. Oh, it came to Caleb. All right, what I want you to do is, I want you to roll the die,
Caleb, stop.
and
Caleb,
you have to
stop.
have a piece of paper, a piece of scrap, anything like that. Do you have your notes out? Let's go ahead and take our notes out from day one. Remember, day one can last more than one day, so we're still on day one. So Julia, pull out your day one notes, and I would like you to indicate that in the water experiment or activity, say water, water. I think you'll remember what that is. Water, water, that 10 out of 15 were correct. And also, we're going to do the simulation with dice, or with, I guess all of you have a die, so with dice. So indicate in your notes that you're gonna do a simulation with dice. And what we're gonna do, you don't have to do this chart, but you're gonna do the results of this chart. So I'm gonna do the charting, and what happens is, you're gonna roll the dice, the die, and if 1 to 2 shows up, 1 or 2, then we're gonna say that you picked the right one, because there's, out of 6 sides, 2 out of 6 is the same percentage as 1/3 is what we expected, 1/3 if it was pure chance. So does that make sense to you? When we roll the die, 1 to 2 is going to be a check that you got it correct. You picked the tap water. If 4 to 6 rolls out, then you're going to say that you got it wrong. So what I want you to do now with your little scrap paper, you can record the numbers right on your notes for today. I want you to roll that die 15 times because there were 15 experiments here, right? So I want you to roll it 15 times and record for me how many were correct. So how many 1s and 2s you got out of 15. So you can actually, can you just count them? You want to mark it? Pardon?